Hey, what's up? We're going to go over how to create digital hall passes and QR codes in just a matter of minutes. Let's get started. This is going to be available on our staff Canvas page. You'll have a module that says digital hall pass templates, and we're going to need to create three things. Actually, that'll be four by the time we link these two forms to a spreadsheet. So we're going to go over those steps. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a checkout Google form. If you click on this link, it's going to force a copy of this Google form that has been created that says checkout. This Google form requires that the students use their Weber School District accounts. So if they're scanning these QR codes with their phones, they'll need to make sure that they're logged in with their WSD student account because it automatically collects a timestamp, which has the date and time that they filled out this form, and it also collects their email. So that makes it easy to create this hall pass. I wanted it to be as efficient as possible, so they only have to answer one question. When they check out, where are they going? So they're going to go to the restroom, and if you're in a different building or whatever, you may want to verify what restroom they're going to. I've also allowed the options of they need to run to the office for something, they need to go to the counseling office, the nurse's office, they need to go to the library for my class, they need to check books out or return books, the attendance office, student advocates, or other. They're going to have all of those different options, and all they have to do is click submit once they click on one of those boxes, one of those applicable boxes. So you can delete those if you want to. If you don't want them going to other places, you don't want them going to the library from your class, then you can just delete that one by hitting this X. So now we have a checkout. The next thing we can do is we're going to want to link this Google form to a spreadsheet. So click on responses at the top, and you can just hit this green button, create spreadsheet. And because this is the first time we're doing this, we're going to just create a new spreadsheet for this Google form. For the next one we do, which is going to be a check-in, we're going to end up linking that to this same form that we're creating right now. So once you click on create, it's going to automatically open that up in a different tab. And now we have form responses 1. I may want to change the name of that tab by double clicking, or you can right click and click rename. This is check out. Then I'll go back to the staff page, the staff Canvas page, and I'll do the same thing with the check-in form. They have to be separate because you can't link two different Google forms to a single spreadsheet. If you want to do this different, you totally can. You can just have the one Google form. They scan it and fill it out when they leave, scan the same one and fill it out when they get back, and then all that data will just go into the same spreadsheet. This is the way I like to do it. And so we're going to create a Google form for checking in. Notice that the checking out has a red background, the checking in has a green background. That's going to be relevant a little bit later. It just helps us know that there's a difference here. It's the same exact question, but it says, where did you go? So if they intended just to go to the bathroom, but they ended up stopping at the counseling office, or they ended up stopping at the attendance office for some reason, then they would need to fill that information out. Those questions are mainly for contact tracing, so we can keep track of where kids are going and who they've come into contact with. So now I have a copy of this saved in my Google Drive, whatever folder you're locating that into. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a spreadsheet. So again, for the check-in, go to responses, click the green button, but instead of creating a new spreadsheet, we're going to select an existing spreadsheet. And I'll click on select. And it usually pulls up the most recent spreadsheets. And sure enough, the very first one is the checkout spreadsheet that I just created. So I'm going to click that one and click on select, and it'll link both of these forms to this single spreadsheet. But now the answers are going to be in different tabs. So I like to have checkout first, and then this next tab is going to be check in. So that way, when they fill out the checkout form, click submit, it puts their name and information right here. When they check in, it puts their name and information on that. Again, you can just have all that information in a single form if you want to, but that's up to you. The next thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have some QR codes. So another step that we're going to have, go back to the staff Canvas page, and our last link right here, before this video is the QR code template. This is going to be a Google slide, and I've made it so that you guys can customize it however you want it, but the main idea is that you have two separate sections on this one page, and this slideshow is set up for an 8.5 by 11 size paper. So when you print this, it should just go on your regular printer paper if you're printing it there, or you can go all out and send it to the media services and get an actual poster created, whatever you want to do. And you'll just have to make sure you change the size of that page. That's a whole other thing. So we have a template for this. I need to make sure that the information here is accurate. They're going to check out, check in. I'm going to put the QR codes into these boxes. So that's the next thing we need to do, is create QR codes for each of these Google Forms. So now I am going to share out this link for the checkout form and send that link or generate that link into a QR code. So normally to share a Google form, you just click on send, and you can either do a link, you can send it through email, or you can embed it into like your Canvas page or something like that. But we're just going to go ahead and use the link option. I'm going to go ahead and shorten the URL just because it makes the QR code look a little bit cleaner. You can do that if you want to, but again, you just click on send, click this chain button, and copy that link. Now I'm going to go through Google and just Google QR code generator. I like to use the website that says the QR code generator. It just works better for me. I like it. It seems to be smoother for me, and it's pretty straightforward. I'm going to make this QR code a link to a URL. So I'm going to select that tab, and I'm going to go ahead and paste this link right here, and it'll automatically generate this QR code. Once I have that, all I have to do next is save this, and it's going to save it as a PNG. So I'm going to give that file a name and save that. I can save that to my downloads, to my desktop, whatever I want to do. I'm also going to need to do a QR code for the check-in. So now I need to make a QR code for the check-in. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to my check-in Google form, click on send, click the link. I like to shorten the URL, click copy, and then go to my QR code generator, select the tab for URLs, and paste. And again, here's my QR code. I'm just going to save that as a PNG, give it a name. And now I have those images saved onto my computer. Once I have those QR codes saved, I can jump back into this Hall Pass page. Again, you may have changed the background picture. By the way, this is just a background picture. If you want to change that out, you can. Say you're a history class and you want to have some history items in the background, whatever you want it to be, that's totally up to you. You can modify this however you want, but it's just a template. So I need to insert the checkout QR code. So I'm just going to go to insert image, upload from my computer, and figure out where that file was saved. Mine's in the downloads folder. If you don't remember where you saved it, you can just go to quick access, and it should be right here as the first things that you can see. So I'm just going to go to downloads, and I'm doing my checkout QR code. I'm going to insert that as a picture, and that's going to go inside this red box. And that looks pretty good to me. So now I can do the check-in QR code. Same thing, insert image, and I'm going to do the check-in QR code. And now, once I have this all set up, all I have to do is go to File, click on Print. You can click on that print icon right there. Send it to whatever printer you have. Just keep this between us. I have my own printer in my classroom, even though we're not supposed to. Send it to the workroom. That'll only print in black and white, or you can, maybe bribe Sue to print it for you in the office, and send that to the printer of your choice. And again, you just want to make sure that the paper size is correct. Scale should just be set for default. If you have a different scale set up, then it might cut off some of the image. And then you just click on print. and then post that probably near your desk or something like that so that you can control who is coming and going from your classroom for the hall pass. Email me if you have questions. You can also see me in B225. Good luck.